Hello, good evening, and welcome to a very, very special edition of the Tea Room with some very special guests tonight. We have three ladies from the Time of the Week YouTube channel who are all in the watch industry and all to come and give us a chat and tell us all about themselves. So before we get on to introducing them, I just want a few house rules. We've got two minders on the door. We've got Chili Badger and we've got Ian Nicholson as normal. Now, we welcome super chats and stuff, no problem. But if anyone's super chats to try and get a stupid or vulgar question into it, it won't be brought forward. So you'll be wasting your money. You'll get the money back when I choose to give it you back, but don't even try it because it's not happening. Any other stupid comments will be blocked by the minders. So thank you, Chili and Ian Nicholson, for being there. Okay, so we have three very special guests. We have Sam from USA, stateside Sam, from Sam and Her Watches. Hello, welcome. We have UK Sam for Time on Her Hands. Hello.
Hello.
And we have Lucy. Hello, Lucy. Just remind me what your YouTube channel is called, love.
The Watchbox Diaries.
The Watchbox Diaries. Thank you very much. Excellent. And then we have the usual. We have the right-hand man there, Palm. Thank you very much for being here. Red Shovel and Batch Guitar. Welcome. Thank you very much. So, can we have a wrist check, please, from everybody? I'll start it off. For anybody who knows me, I'm just wearing the FXD. Tudor FXD.
ENT FXD.
Yeah, 2021 model. The rare one, supposedly. Kind of stays on the wrist quite a lot. Very happy to have it. There you go. That's mine. Okay, Palm, what are you wearing, sir?
Okay, I'm also wearing a Tudor Black Bay 58, black dial, always reliable. Love this.
Okay, Mr. Shovel, Red Shovel, what are you wearing?
My current favorite, the 1981 GMT Master.
Oh yeah, you just got that a few weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah,
nice.
Hasn't been off the wrist. Hasn't been off the
Right,
wrist.
still love affair with that one, eh?
Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, USA Sam, stateside Sam, sorry. What you rocking, love?
I am wearing my new Zodiac Super Sea Wolf. Got this is my latest addition to the collection. It was a good surprise from my boyfriend. Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, very nice. UK Sam, what we rocking?
I've got probably one of my favourites, my Bremont Alt 1C polished on a slightly different, with on under the cuff strap.
Oh, very nice. Lucy, what we got on?
Oh, sorry, Bat, I got him before you. I'm rocking my Grand Seiko SVGA 413.
Oh, very nice.
Nice dial on that one, yeah.
And Batch.
Obsessed.
I'm wearing my Patek Philippe 5119R.
No, very nice. Very,
So
very
casual.
We told you about Batch. We told you about Batch.
Very nice.
He's the main man here, yeah.
Yeah. We're all here for him. Oh, right, ladies. I'd just like to ask the three of you individually how you got into watches, please, and the watch industry. So we'll start off. We'll start off with stateside Sam. Work our way along and down.
Yeah, so for me, my watch journey always started very young. Always had a real fascination with watches. I've always felt the need to wear a watch as a little kid. Never was a girly girl that liked jewelry, like bracelet stuff. Never liked that, but something about a watch always fascinated me. And as I got older, my taste only got more expensive. But then I, really wanted to see what makes this watch so unique, so different from others, and it just became my personal love and hobby. And then as far as working in the watch industry, I worked for Breitling, and I graduated college last year, and I was looking for a job, and my boyfriend's boss knows my now boss was looking for people to work at Breitling, so I got an interview and apparently rocked the interview and got the job. And ever since then, I've been working for Breitling for over a year now. So it's been really fun. It's been good.
Excellent. You're not looking to move on. You're not looking to move on soon at all to get to a different one. You're quite happy at Breitling, are you?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's a really good company to work for. We're a franchise actually, so I don't work for Breitling.
Right, okay. So do they do all the watches as well as Breitling there, or is it just solely a Breitling store?
It's just solely a Breitling store. So it's really nice to just deal with one brand and really get to be involved with that. But I really enjoy it. It's been a really fun ride.
Marvelous, excellent. UK Sam.
So I actually started my watch journey at Breitling. When I was 19, I needed a job. Yeah, long time ago, and went to a recruitment agent, and they got me a job as a customer service assistant at Breitling, the main service centre for the UK in Tunbridge Wells, in the UK, over here. And then worked at Breitling for 6 years. Ended up managing the parts department for the service side of things. Moved over to Bremont, did 3 years of Bremont, huge Bremont fan. Worked for a friend for a little while. And all this time it was it was work. And then kind of whilst working for a friend, I joined RedBar London, and then it became a passion and a hobby. And it's more about not just the watches, but the people in the community. And then started my business. The idea of my business came up 2 years ago, and then went fully full-time with it, self-employed, in January. So,
wow, excellent.
Long journey. But
I have to say, I've worked in Tunbridge Wells for 10 years, 11 years. I've been at home for 2.5, but I worked in Tunbridge Wells for that long. And I didn't know that the Breitling service centre was in Tunbridge Wells. Never knew that.
It's hidden. Well, it was hidden, and then they put a massive clock on the outside for like 3-5 years, and then they realised that maybe I should take down the massive clock outside the hidden.
We'll have a chat when we're in the back room and have a chat about that. Interesting the way that is. I just didn't know that existed in Tunbridge Wells. Absolutely.
I think it's hidden from you tickers, probably.
yeah.
It's probably about. There's probably about 40 watchmakers behind those blacked out windows working away.
I feel a story coming on. Right, I'll have a chat with you afterwards like that. Excellent. Wow. My God. Okay. Okay, Lucy, please tell me about your watch journey.
Hello. Unlike these lovely ladies, I don't directly work in the watch industry. It's still a hobby. Maybe it'll change eventually. But yeah, same as Sam. Like I was always into like not the alternative stuff, but the non-girly stuff, and I was quite drawn to watches rather than bracelets. And then I managed to get hold of my stepdad's vintage Rolex with a champagne dial, just a simple 36mm date just, and I was like, this is beautiful. Just had to be a Rolex, didn't it? And then just sort of went down the rabbit hole of, okay, well, this is really cool. What else is there out there? Like everyone knows Rolex. What other brands are out there? What other niche companies are out there? And I'm a big fan of like micro brands and things. And it was kind of a love affair. And then lockdown happened. So lockdown got a hold of me, unfortunately. And the Instagram spiral occurred.
Got the best of us,
as I'm
right?
sure most, a lot of people watching probably started their Instagram.
Did you buy lots of watches Did you buy lots of watches on lockdown?
I did get this for my birthday last year.
I just bought a load of watches on lockdown. It's dead easy, isn't it? Sit there and press them up.
Yeah, my collection grew quite a lot during lockdown, for sure. Yeah. And I think Instagram actually has.
Yeah.
I think Instagram has a lot to answer for that, because it just opened up my eyes to like so many other brands and pieces, and I'm like, okay, well now my wish list is this long. And then I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel, because why not? I love talking about watches, so I had these lovely ladies, and then decided to go solo for a little while.
There is some big money, I can tell you, to be made out of YouTube and watches. There is some big money.
Yeah.
I that for fact. Yeah, I'm not talking about here at all. I just do mine as a hobby. I mean, I've got full-time
He's lying. This channel's a gold mine for him. Yeah.
I've got a full-time job, and I do this as a hobby, which has become just spiraled. but I just know there is some big money to be made out of. So stick with it. Again, chalk off line and in the back room, but there is, keep at it, mate. There is some money to be made. Definitely.
Noted.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what you're talking about as well, which always helps.
Yeah. Absolutely. So,
just talking about you guys. You met. How did you guys meet each other to make the Time of the Week channel, which I did enjoy when it was on? It's unfortunately no longer on now. And how did you also get involved with Scottish Watches? Because they seem to.
We're on extended hiatus.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you guys all get together and make the channel and decide? And I mean, coming from different areas of the watch, or the globe and the watch industry.
I think we have the rascals at Scottish Watches to thank for that collaboration.
Yeah.
They found 3 girls and put them to introduce them to each other.
Pretty much, yeah. Token.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They were doing their lives, wasn't it?
Make a channel. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing the lives during lockdown, and so I think they were just getting loads of different people in, and then I think we all kind of came in individually without really knowing each other, and then got to know each other a little bit, and then they came up with the idea of like, hey girls, let's just put you all in front of the camera.
Have you ever met in person, sort of like stateside Sam? Have you met her?
We have.
Hey, Lucy.
We've Lucy and I've been together and FaceTimed.
Yes. Whenever they're together,
whenever we're together, we're like, Sam, you're sort of with us.
Oh, that's lovely. Can I just interrupt you guys for this super chat? I do apologise.
Yeah.
Mohammed Ali, one of the biggest supporters of the channel, £17.99. This is the best panel you've ever had. Keep up the great work. Mohammed, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thanks again for your super chat and
Great
kind words.
All helps the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So basically, tell me about the involvement with RedBar if you can, and the article with the New York Times. How did RedBar come along for all of you? So are you all involved in RedBar, or is it just UK Sam?
I co-founder of the Cambridge RedBar.
Oh wow! Excellent.
But we just need to get stateside involved now.
Yeah. How did that come about?
Yeah,
PVC?
I think we were all members, weren't we? I think I've been.
Go on, Sam. You can tell us as well.
I was part of RedBar Denver when I lived in Colorado, but then I moved, and so I'm not part of RedBar anymore. But there is a smaller watch club that me and my boyfriend do like to go to. Really nice, 15, 20 people. It depends on what the event is and where it's at. But it's fun. It's just a really nice get together, and all the people are really, really nice, and just get to because sometimes we don't make every one, and so sometimes it's just really nice to catch up with those people and get to see what they just got or what they're thinking of getting. Yeah. I always enjoy it. It's always fun.
Did you all join before lockdown? Because I joined. I just got into all this basically right at the beginning of lockdown, so I've not been. Everything's been cancelled pretty much. I think apart from the last couple of events in RedBar London, and a couple in the southeast. I think there's another one coming up soon. But were you all members before lockdown happened, and how has it changed since then and now?
You went me, yeah. So I was a London member. Probably joined 3.5 years ago. I've lost count. And that's kind of what kind of spurred the enthusiasm. And pre-lockdown, London was getting really busy, really big. And it was just a nice mix of pub events, and it still is for RedBar Southeast as well. So pub events, you go along, you can take a watch roll, you can take along a G-Shock, you can take along a Patek. Everyone gets equally excited, I think. There's no snobbery about it. And then you have the brand events as well, where a brand will put on an event for you. I'll show you their latest releases, and that's really nice and fun.
Yeah, because you've got a picnic going on, haven't you? Soon I'm joining the picnic because I'm a RedBar.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm part of RedBar now. So I'm coming for the picnic. Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah,
Should be a bit of a laugh. Excellent.
Hey, Matt.
And And also, Ticker's touched on the New York Times. So also that very impressive article that I saw that featured yourself and 6 other female watch collectors, and that was, like I said, including the RedBar exec Kathleen McGivney. So you're in good company in that article. And you spoke about a lot of, like, in a male-dominated environment, quite frustration. Do you think it's still like that now, or have things changed since that article came out? I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago. That article, is that right?
I mean, actually, I always thought, following the articles, that she really kind of picked on the negative stuff and didn't pick on the positive stuff that I had said. That I think, I kind of got the I've been lucky that I've not had too many negative experiences. But yeah, there are some definitely difficult times out there, and I think the girls have experienced the same, just where maybe people question what you know, or I had a really funny incident just really quickly at the London Watch Show, where a friend of mine was talking. We were both looking at a watch, a ceramic AP, and the guy was just ignoring all of my questions, or if I'd ask a question, he'd direct them to my male friend.
Really?
And then I explained that I've been working in the watch industry 16 years, and he was like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I've got my own business." And then I handed over my business card that said Sam Hazelden, and he turned to my friend, and a male friend, and said, "Oh, are you Sam?" As if like it couldn't possibly be my business; it must be him. Right. So
I think that was an
every now and again, you're like,
why?
You still do get that, but okay. Is it less now than it was before, or still the same, do you think? Because to me, I think it's quite, representation isn't 50-50, but I think there is a decent representation.
It's got to be getting better. Yeah. But yeah, it's got to be getting better. And most people are very, respectful. But...
Okay.
I do feel there's more women coming into the industry, or at least being acknowledged along with the male side of things. So it's slowly maybe getting better, I think. Slowly,
okay, that's good.
Yeah. Progress is progress, I guess.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree. I see it too.
You get it quite a lot as well, don't you?
It's going in the right direction, basically. Is that right, or do you think it's not standing still?
I think it's definitely going in the right direction. You have a lot more female empowerment, I guess. Yeah. It is still quite, I feel like, personally, I still feel it is quite male dominated, but you are seeing more and more women pop up on your news, on your Instagram news feed, on YouTube, being mentioned in like newspapers and in the press and things. And I'm all for that. Girl power. Slowly, but we are. I think we're getting somewhere.
Good, excellent.
Fish out loud enough.
Stateside Sam, I'd like to ask you, how do you manage to convince, in a wealthy part of LA, someone to buy a Breitling over, say, an AP, Patek, Rolex, something like that? It's quite impressive, you know what I mean? How do you because they're obviously window shopping and they're going around and they're wanting a certain thing and they drop in to see what you've got to offer, and hey, you rock it and manage to get some sales out of it. So how do you manage to convince them?
Yeah, I mean, from when I started last year until obviously now, I mean, the Rolex market has been what everybody wants. I'm sure it's been years before this, but especially since I'm in it now, I really notice it. So yeah, it's a challenge when people come in and they're like, well, I can't get a Daytona. What can I get here? And I always spin it like, well, you could take anything you see here home with you. You don't have to wait like 8 months, a year, and wait for that call to get a Rolex. You have to take this home and really enjoy it, and also showing them like the history of Breitling. Breitling's a very old company. It's from 1884.
Absolutely.
All this great history, great heritage that is in every single piece. I'm very, not aggressive, but I'm very forward in making sure people try on the watch, because it's one thing. Yeah. It's one thing to look at it in the case and be like, oh, I don't like it. I'm like, oh, have you tried it on before? I'm like, no. And I go, well, maybe you should try it on, because it wears completely differently, and you might like how thin it is, or you like how chunky it is. Some people like that. So I'd really try to be forward and get people to kind of break out of that box of, well, I only have Rolex. I only wear Rolex. I would never wear a Breitling. And then I have them try it on and they're like, oh, you were right. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
I just interrupt you guys. It's great, Mr. Thank you so much. Sorry for interrupting. Mr. GMT show, Australia, $20. Awesome to see the ladies on the panel, gents. Thank you, Mr. GMT. Mr. GMT show, greatly appreciated. Thank you.
GMT. Thank you so much.
So, you stateside Sam, to carry on with that. Sorry for interrupting. Do you at Breitling have a kind of a keep an eye on for when someone buys like one of the special Breitlings that comes out, you know, the limited editions? Do you have it on, you know, keep it on record to make sure that they're not going to flip it? Because Red Shovel in the corner, he's got an interesting story to tell regarding what AP do. Shovel, tell us about what AP do.
Yeah, when I went into AP House to get a AD service that I actually bought from a grey market, I had managed just before to buy an AP from one of the authorized dealers, and they actually checked. They wanted me to actually give them all the information of the watches that I had, and they wanted to make sure that I still owned the AP watch that I bought from the AD to make sure that I hadn't flipped it, because they were going to add me to the list for other things, and they wanted to make sure that I still retained that watch.
Yeah, do they do that with
London?
We don't really call anybody.
Yeah, I think it's AP House. I think
AP House.
It might be AP since how big they are. But when we do have like a limited edition, we try to put first like previous customers of ours that really, you know, would be able to get the watch first. You know, we have a lot of people that call throughout the country of like, oh, do you have this watch? And we're like, yes, but have you bought from? And like, it's such a bad feeling to say sometimes. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I know you're ready to like buy the watch today, like right now. I know I'm not questioning you, but it's just we have to do this kind of weird game where
the list.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It's like, okay, well, if nobody else gets it, you're our first on my list, right? You know, and try to go from there. But yeah, it's hard. But that's just kind of the way the world goes right now in the watch world.
So, like the Cosmonaut, the Navitimer Cosmonaut limited edition. Did you get any of those in your store?
I didn't get any. No.
No. Okay. And would you keep an eye on those? Would those be the kind of thing that people would want to not have flipped? I mean, Breitling themselves, are they quite precious about that, or it just goes to people they know are never going to move them on?
Yeah, I'm sure that they probably have people somewhere on their list of like, oh, they're flippers, maybe not sell to them. But for like our particular store, yeah, we just try to get somebody that was a previous client of ours and make sure that they would actually want the watch and keep it. So yeah, and we had to take like full deposit. It was a whole thing. But we actually didn't get one in the store, and people still walk in and asking for it, but they're long gone. They're sold out.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Because I mean, like flippers, the whole new generation of flippers going on now. Did you see with the Moon Swatch and the Bremont G-Shock? You know, they've had to close.
Bamford, yeah.
Bamford, yeah. So I knew it was Bamford G-Shock. Yeah, they've had to close the shop down twice and in London for it. I mean, what's your thoughts generally on these people flipping, girls?
Adrian shared Adrian Bark and Jack shared a post of a guy that was like really what's the word I'm looking for? Like going on about like, oh yeah, like me and my gang, we managed to like get to the front of the queue, push people out of the way. I've made £5,000 in 4 hours. Be part of my gang, and you can make this much money too. It was like, oh,
really?
Like, to watch the video was really cringy. Really
so they were promoting it basically.
Is that on his channel? Or is it
no, so Adrian shared this guy's post as a way to say, look, like these guys are out here, like this is how, like not promoting them at all. The opposite is like,
no, I mean, I want to see it, realize
calling them out.
Yeah, calling them out for it.
Yeah, because I had a little sky. I went to get a Moon Swatch on the first day, and I nearly got my head kicked in for it. I've got a video on there. Basically, I did a sweep of the front of the shop, and then some guy who didn't like to be filmed came and tried to remove the camera off me. He was right after me. He was after me. Obviously, one of the flippers at the front. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you know, just horrible. You know, you can't get
super
moved
chat tickers.
Super chat. Ooh, under the cuff, £2. Why did IWC silently launch the Pilot Mark XX 20?
Because it was no different to the watch they launched before.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The logo's a little bit lower.
Oh,
did
that was
anyone even
it.
notice then? Yeah. Apart from under the cuff, did anyone else notice?
Excellent. There's your answer under the cuff. Straight. Boom. There is your answer. Girls are all over it.
It's quite a nice piece, though.
Oh, yeah. It's very cool.
But I suppose you could probably get the one just before a bit cheaper than the brand new one, can't you? So why
What actually is the difference? Is it smaller?
Sam's our expert. I have no idea.
Teeny
Sam,
differences.
Floor's yours.
I saw a post earlier that was like a few little tweaks, which I hadn't realized when it came out. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I love it. And then I was like, oh, actually, it's not too different from the original. But it is a very cool watch. Very nice. Good value for money, I think, as well.
Excellent.
In terms of silently launched, I don't know the theory behind it, why they would do that.
Not sure. Yeah,
maybe it is more for those people who are more devoted to the brand.
Yeah, I guess it gives them that opportunity to invite loyal customers to come and buy it, as opposed to just putting it out there to everyone.
Right. If you're into the brand, you're going to be up to date with new launches and things, rather than having to shout about it and invite other people. Yeah. Maybe that.
Yeah.
I
just have to jump in quickly at the RedBar Cambridge event, which Lucy hosted, the Mercedes Patronus, is it? IWC.
Yes.
We went mad for it. Everyone went absolutely mad for it.
I love that watch. Love that watch.
So cool.
I've always been a little bit on the fence with IWC. Maybe like the sizing thing for me. Everything's like 44mm and just a bit ridiculous. But seeing that Mercedes one at the Cambridge RedBar event, I think it was like the star of that night, actually. Everyone was like, okay, this is a really good watch. Yeah, I almost stole it.
And it's available. I called them up just out of curiosity, and they're like, it's not limited. I think it's not limited production. It's limited edition. It's limited production. But she's like, I've got another batch coming in like 3-4 weeks time if you want to put your name down. Oh. Very tempting.
Which is your favourite one? Do you like the one with the turquoise strap, or do you like the other ones, the ones with the darker strap and the stitching? I mean, I love the one with the turquoise strap. To me, that's the only one I'd probably get.
Yeah,
because
I think that's too much turquoise, personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think keep it to the dial.
Okay. No, for me, I love that.
I was a little bit skeptical about it at first because the renders looked a little bit Tiffany blue. I was like, I'm so sick of this colour.
It was Patronus colours, wasn't it? It wasn't.
But actually, in person, it is a different shade. It is a different shade, and it's a really, really cool piece.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, ladies, what's your favourite watch so far, each of you, on 2022, and why? So we start off with stateside Sam.
Oh, I need a second. I don't know.
I know.
2022.
I'm trying to think. Like, there's so much that's come out already.
No pressure, love.
It's a blur. Do you guys have anything?
Oh, well, I'm going to say it. My favourite one is the Tissot PRX.
Wow.
Great shout. I think I agree with you. Awesome. Great watch.
Yes.
As part of the EBE risk committee, them going to the 35mm was a genius idea. And the colorways are perfect. There's not too many, but there's enough variety in there. There's a really, really good price point. Literally, the only downside I can really think is that they're quartz, but you can get one in every color.
Yeah, I'm not a big Quartz fan. I mean, I'll buy a Quartz one if I really, really have to. But if there's a manual wind version or an automatic version of something first, I'll get that. Even if obviously you pay more cash for it, but I would go with that option first.
If they had an automatic version, I probably would have gone for the automatic or the manual wind. But
yeah,
didn't a load of people rave about the the PRX GMT?
The Chrono, or is it
the Chrono? Sorry, not GMT.
the Chrono.
Yeah, sorry, the Chrono.
The Chrono, that is, that's nice.
What did you guys think of that one?
I thought it looked really good. Really nice looking watch.
Yeah.
Really good value as well in that.
I think that's the whole thing. Like Tito, I've worked with Tito in the past, and like they are cheaper, and you can see where they're cheaper. But the PRX is just like it's that cheaper price point, but it just feels so much more substantial. Yeah.
So is that your choice as well, UK Sam? You going for the PRX as well, or has you got something different you can think of?
I can't think of a watch. The only thing that I can sort of think is like Watches and Wonders. I was trying to sort of run through that. I think like Cartier like actually won Watches and Wonders in terms of what they brought out. The watch with the movement in the rotor, the cushion, like diamond cushion case that you can actually squidge. Some of the Cartier crashes, Lumina style. I think like Cartier won Watches and Wonders.
Cartier, okay.
If I take any of them.
I'm in between. I mean, one of my favorite ones that came out, Watches Wonders, was the JLC Rendezvous with like the starry sky and the shooting star is moving. It's so cool. I love that watch. Super blingy. It's only for like special occasions kind of watch, but amazing. I also love what Tissot came out with, PRX. Really, really cool. I personally bought the Tissot Sea Star, which is 36 millimeters. It's quartz, but it's so nicely done. I have the white dial. It's just pure white bezel, and I love it. They did a really good job making it, and I have no complaints. I really like what they did. And that one was like a random find. I didn't think I would buy that. It really didn't get like huge news or like any really media attention, but I just stumbled upon it and I was like, wait, this is pretty cool.
Are you girls fans of Christopher Ward brand at all?
I am. I tried the Sandhurst C65, and I was actually really impressed with that one. I didn't know what to make of it because I'd never got hands on one with one before, but I managed to get my hands on that one, and I was actually really impressed with it for the money. Like it was a really, really strong contender, and I'm quite excited as to the direction they're going to go in to see what they do. I'm really glad they're getting rid of the Christopher Ward on the dial.
Oh, absolutely. I owe 3, but unfortunately they've got the logo on. I need to get a new one just to get one without a logo. Just a quick
super chat,
please. Sorry, my apologies, everybody, for interrupting. Time and tested $4.99. What a great discussion tonight, and thank you to the panel for being on. Well done, Tickers and Crew. One of the best shows on YouTube. Thanks, Ryan. Good lad. And Fat Windbag Ben. Absolute legend. He's Fat Windbag Ben. Good show, John. Keep up the good work, pal. Thank you, man. Thank you as always.
Thanks, Ben. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you. So, UK Sam, Christopher Ward, what do you think?
So, historically, I've held a grudge against Christopher Ward because I'm a big Bremont fan, and they said something mean about Bremont once. But that was a long time ago, and I now appreciate that they are good at what they do. I just haven't. I don't know if I follow them on Instagram, and I haven't really got hands on with them. So,
okay.
But I hear from other people that they're doing good things.
Yeah. I can always bring a couple at the picnic for you to have a look at if you wanted to have a look at them.
Yeah, I do.
I've got a sapphire. Sorry, say that again. Sorry. What did you say?
I don't have anything against them. Publicly.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's good. Okay. And
even though your face dropped when he mentioned it, you're like,
I must have. I did see the look there. I just had to ask you. And it's like just had a bitter taste of a drink you just had. And stateside Sam, do they have a larger presence that you notice? So do you ever get anybody coming in your shop rocking a Christopher Ward?
I haven't seen too many out like in the wild, really. But it's a brand that I personally do appreciate. I did get the Scotch Watches Christopher Ward collaboration watch.
That's cool. Yeah.
And it is really good. The blue dial is better than any of the pictures in person. It's pops so nicely. It has like the subtle little SW in the dial, and it's like so subtle. You know, it's a really nice touch. I love it. So I really enjoy it. It wears well on everybody. I'm not really seeing too many cases that just don't work. And I'm sure that they're going to come out with more and more that are just going to speak to more of the watch community, and it's just going to be like a really well-known name.
So, Lucy, your favorite PRX, if they did it with a Tiffany...
It's 40.
Sorry. Lucy, if they did a PRX with a Tiffany blue dial, would you not want... So you're so over Tiffany blue, but if they actually...
So, I was never really that into it, apart from Doxa. That's the kind of dial that watch that works with that watch.
Yeah, but you said you were done with Tiffany blue, so I wondered if you ever did your favourite PRX watch suddenly with a Tiffany blue dial. What would you think?
No, I would not be purchasing that watch.
No, didn't think you would. I didn't think you would.
You got the ice blue dial for the Tissot, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But that's nice. I agree. That's such a nice color.
It's a subtle blue.
Yeah. Because it almost looks gray at times, huh? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Seem to have a thing for those watches that just look different in different lights.
Yep.
Excellent.
So I've got a question for UK Sam, and it's about Watch Concierge service, which I see regularly on my Instagram, on the stories all the time, trying to flog us all watches. But it seems like a really, again, reading the story and seeing what you do, very competitively priced as well. Would you like to just tell us exactly what you do? Because Andy on our crew who I've moved to the bottom now because he obviously isn't part of the guest line. He's also interested in starting something similar. I'm sure you two can discuss that on the stream as well. But just want to let us know how you started that and give us a bit of a plug for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Worked in the industry 16 years. Stayed at Breitling, worked with 40 watchmakers, and then just over the years got a bit of a bigger network, going to RedBar, met lots of wonderful people, was working for a friend and thought at some point we might part company. He actually closed the business and moved to Spain. So I was kind of on the right track with things. But so I came up with the idea of starting my own thing. Didn't just want to be like another dealer, another Rolex dealer. There's enough of them. So yeah, the idea of Watch Concierge is anything to do with watches I can help with. Buying and selling the main day to day. People need to sell their watches, and I sort of sell them on. But thankfully, it's everything between brand new stickered watches to older sort of. Don't do too much vintage. I don't mind doing vintage, but sort of older pieces as well, and everything from £900 to £50,000. I've got on the website at the moment.
Wow, 50,000.
And then a lot of
What have you got? For
I got I don't know if it's. I think I might have hidden it because it's under discussion at the moment. But Laurent Ferrier Gallet Traveller in white gold, which is very special, very very beautiful. Servicing, and then just really random stuff as well, like shipping. If people need me to ship a watch, I can cover it with my insurance, and I can kind of look after it for them. Went and collected a Daytona from somebody that he bought it, and then he wanted it authenticated, so I could go and collect the watch, check it over, take it to a watchmaker, get authenticated. Anything you can think of, send my direction, and I can try and assist with it generally.
And how far do you deliver to?
My day-to-day is very varied.
Okay. Is it just the UK you deliver to, or?
I can ship internationally.
Wow.
Yeah. I work with
check out Sam's site because the prices are very very good. I've
we had a look. Me and
a couple of times.
I was like, wow, look at that. Is that really that price? Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah. I do get approached by people that are like, oh yeah, I've just bought this brand new watch and I want to flip it for a massive profit.
And I'm like, that's not what I'm about. And let's be realistic. You can see those prices on Chrono24, but if you actually look at what watches sell for, you're not like, it's a bit of, I always want to be realistic and not mean, but it's a really big difference between what you see a watch advertised for and actually what you're going to get in your pocket. So
have you got your watch site URL handy?
But then,
if you put your watch site in the private chat at the side, I can then paste it into the main one for everybody to see the private chat. If you just paste your website URL, obviously all three of you, for all your stuff you've got, your YouTube channel or whatever you want to put in there to promote yourself. We can put that in the main chat for people to go on.
I can drop that in, Tickers. You've
got it, have you? Sorry, okay. You've got Pam's got all of that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's why he's the right-hand man of this show. He just keeps everything together, I tell you. You drive it. He's the engine guy behind this. I just drive it. He just, tell you. Show won't be half of what it is without parts.
He's very kind, as our Tickers, yeah.
When he's not on the show for some reason, it goes to pieces. It's very car crashy.
Oh no.
So Andy is in Barcelona and he's thinking of starting something similar, right?
So it is a little different, but I do have some questions going off what you've just said. So my goal is more to have, like in the UK, we have things like Gumtree. And I don't know how it is there, but I know in Spain, for example, we have something called Wallapop. And a lot of us watch people, let's say, do a lot of trading on that platform. The issue with it is obviously anybody can sign up. There's lots of like scammers. So my goal was to create a platform what's a classified ads platform solely for watches, but with a very secure verification system. So if people sign up to that platform, you've got to like take a selfie with your ID. It goes to a third party for all the GDPR stuff. And then already when you start on that platform, everybody's gone through that process. So it's kind of filtering out the trash, right? So there's a lot more depth. I won't bore you with it, or maybe I will in the after the show. My question would be really is, it's one thing to have the idea, but then how do you start to get that traffic to your website, and how do you gain the trust? Because that's kind of where I need to go in the future.
Before you answer, can I
it's definitely a networking.
Sorry, can I just grab your super chat quickly before you answer, please? I won't interrupt you in the middle of it. It's all right, please. Uncle John, £4.49. Great show, Tickers. Caught your Breakfast with Legends stream with Jamie Appley the other day. Bloody hilarious. That's another collaboration. Thank you for your £4.49, Jonga. Very much appreciated. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
No, it's fine. A lot of networking. It's probably the main thing, because it's like, even like Sunday, like there's a watchmaker that I've not seen for a couple of years, and I had lunch with him and caught up, and it's just making those connections and putting those dots together, and the trust side of it, and going to RedBar events, people seeing your face. I think a lot of what we do is people, face with people behind Instagram handles or whatever, and you don't really know what's behind it. So a lot of that side of it, and create a good network of dealers that you might work with, or clients that know you, or watchmakers that can authenticate watches. That kind of thing is always really helpful, I think. And and go for it. If you've got an idea, like don't go up with AWS straight away, but if you've got an idea, definitely see what you can do.
So I've got the website, and I made the website myself, so it's not amazing, but it's there at least. But the next stage is really where I've got to throw some cash at it. So that's always the scariest part, I think, is, but you've got to go for it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So we have a World Time event in Heathrow in September. Have any of you girls going to the event at all?
Maybe.
What date is it?
Let's have a look. September
26th. Let me check.
Yeah, let's just
not
check
26th.
24th.
When we were
Yes, 24th.
You
more than us. How did you know?
Wow.
You said you weren't going.
I just know it definitely wasn't very quick Googling.
Yes, it's the one. It's just basically the one. It's the 1 day event. The Saturday. It's from 3 till 8, and I think it's at one of the hotels at Heathrow.
Yeah.
Got quite a lot. There's quite a lot of traders going there.
It's usually the Sofitel.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
Sofitel Hotel. Yep. Correct.
Sofitel.
Does that mean you're going, Lucy?
I'm free at the moment.
We're doing a meet and greet, or
We could do.
Yeah.
Have our own little
Watches,
stall. Be
yeah.
like, hey guys.
Sam can come over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fly down.
Come on,
So
Sam.
Heathrow anyway. Yeah, you could just jump off the plane. Go to the
jump plane and
event
then
and
8
go
hours.
back.
Yeah, Sam could do a day trip out of it.
Quick round trip.
Yeah,
Easy.
we'll,
Your friends.
right. Okay. So Ian Nicholson, who's one of my very, very good supporters and one of the admins in one of the doormen here, he can sort tickets out. So seriously, just message me whichever if you want to all go, and we get you free tickets. Absolutely, seriously, Ian can sort them. It's ticket only. So
Cool.
please let us know, and we can definitely come see them.
Sounds
Me
good.
and Palm are definitely going. We're in.
I'm going to. I'm in too.
I've got sorry, Shoves.
Of course,
Shoves
Shovel doesn't miss anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any event. Yeah. He's known.
He drove 270 miles off a holiday in Wales
holiday.
for a piss up in Brighton on like a few
2 weekends ago. Yeah.
2 weekends ago. Just got in the car Saturday.
I caught that earlier, actually.
Yeah, 270 miles. Got leathered. Hotel. Back the next day. Job done.
I mean, there's surely other pubs closer.
There's no seaside there. The sea wasn't as nice.
There's a sea, yeah.
All the watch community.
I wouldn't mind, but Brighton's pebbled.
And the thing is,
no. Well, I don't know where he was in Wales, but
but Shovel retired. He
Must have
retired
been
from he retired from the watch community 3 months ago. He was done.
Oh, yeah,
He was
he's
finished.
retired,
True, I
He
forgot
was
about that.
tired.
Come on, yeah, he's retired from YouTube, watches everything.
He's tired from YouTube.
He's
Next
everywhere,
minute,
yeah.
he's
That was because Las Vegas. That's because Las Vegas nearly killed me.
yeah,
Las Vegas nearly
that's
killed
about
me.
right. Brilliant. It's just superb. Yeah, I think the whole watch community as a whole is really, really good. It's amazing. It's I've only been fully into it for like a year and a half, 2 years properly. I think it's an amazing thing to be in. Some lovely people you meet.
Yeah, definitely.
All you guys for a start. Right, have we got any nice questions in the sorry you put them in before. We've got so many people in the chat. If anyone wants to put us a question in for the ladies, please, in the comments, and we will bring them up and ask them.
There is one here, Tickers. There's one.
You've got one here. You're in charge as normal.
From
Of course you are.
Aditya Bhaskar. What was the first watch that led to your watch journey, guys?
Oh, girls. Should we say? Yeah.
Oh, girls. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah, no,
girls,
that's
yes.
it's all about the girls.
Aditya meant,
It's
yeah.
all about the ladies tonight.
Generic guys.
Girls, yeah. Guys,
Yeah.
because we can say guys.
Yeah. So we'll
So
start with
UK. Sorry, Lucy first. The Sam seem to go first every time. So Lucy, you go first.
I'm the non-Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
non-Sam. You're just non-Sam. You
Non-Sam.
identify as non-Sam.
Non-Sam. Yeah,
Non-Sam.
not Sam. I think I mentioned mine earlier. So the one that really, really got me into it was a 1990, I think, 36mm Datejust with a beautiful champagne dial. It was battered. It had been through life. And I loved that about it. Like, it was a really beautiful dial and it was really comfortable bracelet, but I was like, this has seen so much. It was worn every day. And that is the watch that got me into vintage pieces as well. Like, I love a vintage watch, something with a bit of history, a bit of character,
Yeah, I'm with you.
some
Yeah.
battle scars, some stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it for me. That was the one. Down I went.
1990 36mm Datejust. It's a lot of people's entry watch, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't own it.
Oh, you
I
don't
will
own
inherit
okay.
it one day, but I don't own it. No.
Borrowed it.
Borrowed. Yeah, I borrow it.
Borrowed,
My
yeah.
first actual piece purchased was a simple Quartz Amiga DeVille. Beautiful, simple, clean dial. again, I think that's like very early 90s as well. And it was just, beautiful.
Okay.
Excellent.
Which
So,
Sam wants to go first? So Battle of the Sams. Who's next? Sorry. You. Oh, okay. Oh, the point. Well, UK Sam's pointing at Lucy, who's already had a go. But
Yeah,
okay, so stateside Sam. Yeah.
I can talk through and
that way to me.
Doesn't want to
I'll let
have
you
a go,
take this one.
apparently.
just go like that, and then we'll just be both out like that, and we get the idea.
Stateside
Right.
Sam, go for it. Yeah.
Stateside Sam, go for it. Yeah.
My first watch that I remember I had was something I bought myself. I was probably like 8, I want to say, and it was just a pink Casio that I bought from Target. I was so proud of it because I bought it. You know, this was my watch, and like I kind of said before, I was never into like really girly things, but the pink for some reason, you know, really stuck out to me. And it was just like you could really do anything with that watch. You know, I was not careful with it at all, but it survived, and I don't ever remember where it went and what happened to it. But I kind of want to try to find one again and rebuy it because it had some like sentimental value, you know. So that was my first one that like I clearly remember that I would wear everywhere.
How long ago are we talking that this watch was caught your attention?
So I was 8. I'm 23 now. So
I wasn't gonna bring age into it. I was just gonna how many
like
years
15
ago?
years ago. Yeah. So yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
Okay, before we
So-
go on to UK Sam, can we just grab a couple of these super chats, please?
Yeah. So
Thank you
Gary
very much.
Hancock,
Gary Hancock, 10
£10.
quid. Great show tickets as usual. Just bought the 44mm Breitling Superocean with metal bracelet, black dial. What's your opinion on these new Breitling models? All the best for Stockport. I love them. Yeah, I'm sure that the USA Sam likes them as well somehow. Yes. Are you a fan of these Breitling Superocean?
Yeah, I really do like them. I do like how much thinner they are. The older Superoceans were pretty chunky, pretty hefty. That was kind of something that people didn't love about them because they wore big.
Right.
So now people are, you know, like I said, I get them to try it on, and they're like, "Oh wow, this fits so much differently. It's really thin, 300 meters of water resistance." I really enjoy them. It's a good, fun summer watch. Nothing too crazy. I enjoy it.
So they've listened to the customer then. Do the customers, do they feed back? I mean, do you feed back to the factory and say, well, I could have sold a few of these, but they were too chunky? Did you ever do that kind of, does that conversation ever go on?
No, I never have. I think it's maybe them just being more aware, like online, or just the personal feedback of of the brands that they did pay attention to. But yeah, it's so far they've been selling pretty well. Everybody does like them, and yeah, the black dial is really nice.
Excellent. MA89, £8.99. Great show tickets. Cheers. Thank you very much. Okay, so
UK Sam, you can have your go now.
Yeah, I'll just be quick. So, started kind of really into watches when I started at Breitling. So I'll be kind of quick the two. So I was waiting for my watch I ordered, and it hadn't come in. So I got loaned a diamond bezel Breitling Starliner, which is now like a galactic little tiny quartz thing, and it was really, to me, it's like really expensive and amazing. So I wore that for a weekend. Actually had it a little bit longer than I should have done. But then what came in, which made me really love it, was I wore for probably two plus years Breitling Navitimer Montbrion, which is the smallest of the Navitimers, black dial. So yeah, automatic chronograph, and yeah, loved it, and that's probably what kind of really molded my love of watches.
Excellent. I don't think Breitling's ever got so much love on a show as it has today.
I know.
Well done, ladies.
What's going on?
Right.
Okay.
There's a super chat. I don't know if you want to address that or not, Tickers. I'll leave that to you.
Oh, right. Just this one not appertaining to. So we've got a. Let's have a look. Is it there at the bottom? Okay, so Bahrain watch collector, $50. Thank you. Wow, we miss you at Archie's. Tickers come back. Well, I'm sorry, Bahrain. Thank you for 50 quid. I don't think I'll be going back to Archie's, but thank you anyhow.
Thank you very much, Bahrain.
Yeah, thank you very much for your support for here. Thank you very much, Collector. You know, I'll explain offline sometime with you why. You know, I think you know the story anyhow. Okay, so let's get some of these. Someone was saying that we don't ask the Yanks. The Yanks don't get a look in with the questions. So
there's a general consensus of one certain question is, do you get frustrated? It's getting some that whole male female thing. Do you guys get frustrated with the fact? I mean, there's a few of them like this. This is just one of them. That men's and ladies' watches. Do you think they're unisex, or do you think there's definitely a difference in both of them? Apart from the very tiny ones, I guess, which are quite obviously not men aren't really going to wear. But what do you think on that? Does it bother you, frustrate you, or just you think it's just the way it is?
I think the industry has
one. We get this a lot, don't we?
Yeah,
I can imagine you do it.
Yeah.
I think the industry has been moving in the right direction. Like we said, it's a start. It's not where it should be. Like we've spoken before, like we find it very lazy to call it a women's watch just because it's quartz and they have diamonds on it. It's not necessary. Like not every woman wants that. Maybe back in the 50s, sure, but now it's 2022 and things have changed. And for the most part, women want like a good size watch, like 38, 40, like something very wearable, and not necessarily like this dainty little dime on the wrist. It's not necessary. So I think brands are going in the right direction, and either they're not labeling it, it's just a unisex watch. It's a watch for whoever has a wrist can wear it, and that's it. And that's where they leave it, which is nice. And it's refreshing because it makes me want to look at it and, not be pitied and be like, oh, here's your 26 millimeter watch. That's all you get.
Yeah, I have to see girls wearing 40 odd millimeter watches. You see them there and you look at it first, and I'll be fine. Sometimes you just like, wow, big watch. And then you think, yeah, why not? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I definitely think they should be like, it's unisex, and I think there should be feminine and masculine, and so if you do want a prettier diamond watch, you can. If you're a man and you want a diamond watch, go for it, and if you're a woman and you want something more masculine, go for it. And to see websites just filter by size, not say here's your men's watches, here's your women's watches. So I think there is that mix of masculine and feminine watches, but it should be a sliding scale, not a here's yours and here's yours.
Polarized, totally. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sam. Finish off. I'm cutting there.
I think brands are moving towards that way. And say, I don't know what's going on with Breitling at the moment, but like Breitling have done some really, really good marketing campaigns of just strong, athletic women wearing not huge watches but bigger watches, the sporty, like the Superocean, that are sporty watches and aren't just these little dainty things.
Yeah.
Okay. Today Breitling's the best. That's why, because today's Breitling Day, I think.
Yeah.
Today shall be 26th of July. Remember the date, guys.
Now, ladies, who are your favourite watch YouTubers? Who do you watch? Who's your go-to watch tubers? We all have them. I just sit there and watch myself all day. No, I'm only joking. No. I mean, I started off on Bark and Jack, and I blitzed Bark and Jack.
Adrian Barker now. It's not Bark and Jack.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, R.I.P. Bark and Jack. I blitzed his channel for like 3 solid days and then decided I'll have a go at this. And so that's why I started my channel up on lockdown. So he was who I blitzed first. So, let's start off with the middle. Let's go for UK Sam. Who do you blitz on YouTube?
No, I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I do have to show some support for Adrian. I claim to know him before he was famous. My first RedBar event, I went to and I met various people, and then when I left, I shouldn't admit to this really. I don't think I've ever said this publicly. But when I got home, I wrote in a notebook who I'd met and something about them to remind me if I met them again. And so for Adrian, I just put like photographer, shy.
Oh, wow.
the shy photographer.
Okay, that's interesting.
So yeah, wow. Yeah, and actually, I went to New York with him as well. Well, a group of us, but yeah, we went to RedBar, New York,
going
over a
to change
few years
that.
ago.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
gossip
we won't
train
start any
start.
rumours on this channel.
Yeah, yeah, you went a group of people that included Adrian, right? Okay, yeah.
There's some stories. Again, if there's a chat afterwards, I'll share the stories.
Oh, yeah, chat afterwards. Yeah, that's
Yeah, tell
fine.
us afterwards,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, yeah. Lucy, any other YouTubers that you watch?
Are we talking
Oh, no, I watch Lucy as well.
male or female?
It doesn't matter. No, we're not discussing.
any.
No,
Doesn't matter.
any.
Yeah.
Sorry, any.
I am a little bit obsessed with Jenny L.
Cool.
Just
Good
gonna
shout.
say
Okay,
it.
that's cool. Yeah.
I've got a little girl crush on her a little bit as well. Just the way she explains everything. She's so chilled. She's just got the right personality for the YouTube videos. I love her. I absolutely adore her videos. And for a little bit of fun, I always do love who isn't now Gringa. She's Brit Pierce. Apparently that's the thing now. Maybe I should change mine.
You change yours, yeah.
It's what happened all in one day. Everybody changed. And I'd have thought about it for 2 seconds. Do we change to my real name? No, Tickers is staying. I've got all the merch. I've got the merch. It's all staying. It's Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, Lucy, are you going to do longer videos
yeah.
on your channel, or are you going to stick to the short format? Do you find that? What's the story?
Well, I started doing that. You wouldn't believe how incredibly difficult it is to get a review done in 60 seconds.
Yeah, it takes me 8 hours to do a 10-minute video.
I thought they were really quick at the beginning.
Just trying to cram in all of the information that you want to cram in, like to make it your own, and it's your own opinion. And
B-roll
I don't just want to be reeling off loads of facts, but you have to speak so quickly, and then I stumble over my words. And I'm like, before I know it, I've done like 50 takes, and it's like, this is a 60-second video.
I should have saved my outtakes. So I could have done a good Christmas video with all the F-ups I've done on trying to say something quite simple. I can sit there and look at it and say it perfect. When I get in front of the camera, it just comes out completely rubbish. You know, it's very hard.
I've now got a folder separately in my computer, just saving up all of my outtakes. So maybe at Christmas I'll just do like a complete gag reel for everybody, and it's oh guys, I'm so professional, and then here's my gag reel, and you're like, she's not at all.
Okay, so check out Lucy at the Watchbox Diaries on YouTube.
Absolutely, definitely. So, Stateside Sam, any YouTubers that you watch regularly?
Well, my favorite is the Watchbox Diaries.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
She has very precise information. I just want to know exactly what about this watch. I want to have a whole journey. I just want to know exactly what it's about. She's the girl to do it. One of my first ones that I pretty much watched was also Adrian. It just popped up. I think just first on Instagram, and then it obviously found his YouTube. And I do like how he tells reviews and just how he speaks about the watch. It's very, very straightforward. Yeah, that's what really got me interested.
Excellent. Right. So what other questions have we got in the chat? Are you okay for a bit? How are you guys do for time? Just so we know, because we want a bit of a chat in the back room. So you're all right for the moment, right? We've got a few more.
So there's a question
got a bit of wine left.
Yeah. You got enough? Where's the rest of you guys? You guys are
wine from a mug. I love that.
It's their mug.
Okay, so question from Thomas. For the ladies. Do you prefer an automatic movement or a hassle-free quartz movement?
I think we all know the answer to that one.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Automatic.
Absolutely nothing against quartz watches. I've got a couple pieces myself, but I love an automatic. I love a manual watch, mechanical of any form. Just find it really interesting, especially if there's an open case back involved, just staring at it.
Do you like watches with dates? I mean, that's one annoying thing I find. If you have an automatic watch or manual wind and the date you've got to, I mean, if you haven't worn it for a while, it's a pain in the backside just setting it, and if you've got a few that you rotate.
Part of the joy of doing it, though, isn't it? Of sort of setting it.
Yeah.
I always
I
think
like
I'm going to
taking
break
that
it. 'cause
time.
I mean,
I've
only
got
if they've got quick
patience.
date change, though. If they've got a slow date.
Yeah. If it's no quick
yeah.
date, it's going to be at that date forever. That's it.
Yeah, just don't set it.
Nope.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
You just don't set
Yeah.
it?
No.
Alice.
If it's like the
Wow.
26th today and it's on the 5th, it's the 5th today. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you do surprise me. I've got loads of. I mean, I've got like 3 here, which have all got dates on them, and they all get changed when I wear them. All the dates get changed. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
And none of them quick set.
Yeah, if it's quick set, yeah. But
If it's quick set,
not,
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend 5 hours winding it on like 20 days.
Yeah.
Just ignore the date completely. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Fair enough.
You've got your
Okay.
phone, haven't you? So you can
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, absolutely. Right. Let's just have a look if there's any more questions before we wrap this up. Okay. Now I think we'll wrap this up now. Listen, ladies, thank you absolutely so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as the rest of the panel have and the people in the chat have. I really
Thank
do.
you.
So
No, thank you for having
Thank you
us
very
on.
much for having us. It's been really good.
no problem.
Thanks so much for coming on.
I love chatting watches.
Yeah. It was nice to have you.
Yeah.
on.
We're united,
Agreed to
these
come on as
lovely
well.
ladies.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for the admins, but you didn't have to do anything. I didn't see any trouble at all. Thank you so much for being on guard for that. I much appreciate it. Thank you all for the people in the chat for getting involved with these sensible questions and everything. Thank you all the people who super chatted. It's really, really good of you. Thank you. I'm just going to run the VT at the end, and then everybody stays in the room and we'll have a chat. So just a quick one before we go. Thursday's show will be pre-recorded because I'm not here on Thursday. We're pre-recording it tomorrow. And all I can say, I'm embargoed till Thursday morning for a few new releases from a watch brand that already exists. All I can say. So we're talking about them tomorrow. The video is going to hit at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, not the normal 9 o'clock at night, because that's when the embargo finishes, and that's when probably everybody else will be doing any stuff about it if they have the stuff to do. So look out for it Thursday morning at 10 o'clock when the video hits. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Thank you and good night,
Thank
guys.
you.
Goodbye. Bye.